Good morning and welcome to your Wednesday morning. Yes, Wednesday, we're halfway through the week. I hope that you're all well and that you had nice Tuesdays and you're feeling good and hopefully energized for your mid-week day. Today we have a really nice illustration inspired by an illustrator that I will link so that you can check out her work. She's got some amazing work. And I really liked the shapes that she used to create this drawing. So I've kind of broken down the drawing and picked out the shapes so that we can all create something cool today. Good morning, Catherine. How's it going? I've got my coffee with me, very necessary. Every day I'm like, I'm going to make my coffee a little bit earlier so I can like drink half of it. And every day I make it just in time. So I'm drinking it throughout. So I hope that you have a cup of coffee or tea or juice if you're fancy to join me today. And let's get on with it. And just pop that there. Alrighty, I'm going to spin you around. So, whoop. There we go. Okay, so we're working with a portrait setup today with the shorter edge down here. And I'm just going to start today's session by drawing a kind of triangle line. Why did I say that in a weird way? Triangle line. Starting from around the center of the page, but slightly to the left, ever so slightly. And it's going to come down in a kind of very subtle curve. See what I did with my wrist there? Just a really subtle curve coming into a kind of diagonal. Ness, wake up. To a diagonal kind of way like this, but only coming about here, about a quarter of the way down. Then I'm going to turn it into a triangle and bring this bit up, but this is a soft curve at the bottom here. And then have it coming up like that. So slightly shorter than this one here. Can be about the same, but if anything shorter, not longer for now. Okay, then I'm going to draw another 2 lines, one that comes down here. So this is about a similar distance to this, maybe slightly shorter again, starting from just nearly at the top there, coming in kind of curve like that. And then it's going to come straight down nearly to the base. Well, it can have a bit of a wonk. Straight down or slightly to the right. Okay. Now I'm going to come back to these, so do not fear. But here I'm going to draw a kind of square shape that is about a finger's distance from the original line, but kind of in line with it. So it can start about here. Doesn't really matter what kind of shape, but I'm doing it on an angle like that. So it's kind of in line with this direction. It could be like a round shape as well if you wanted, or it could be any kind of shape, but just in that pointing up in that kind of diagonal direction. Okay, then I'm going to draw another kind of triangle line that starts about kind of in line with just to the right of these lines coming up here. So it's very confusing. Okay, I'm going to put a point where I'm going to start it. So about there. So kind of in line with these, where these bits are, but slightly over to the right. And then this line is going to come down to here, just above this point. So stop talking, Ness, just do it. Okay, there we go. There's one line there, and then about the same distance of line coming there. Now, remember, at any point, if you get inspiration, you think, oh, I can see this, and you want to draw that, please go for it. That's what this is about, just triggering your creativity. Okay. Then we're going to draw the same 2 lines coming down, except this one starts about a small finger's width coming down. And then it gets narrower as it comes towards this end, like that. Okay. All right. Then we are going to, let's come back down here and finish off these bits. So we're going to draw from wherever your bag, wherever this shape is, we're going to draw kind of the, as if there's 2 lines coming down to a narrow point about there. So like that. And then this one is going to have a slight curve coming down like that. Can you tell what it is yet? We're going to do the same here. So this is coming from a wider point to a smaller point here. And then this has a slight curve coming down like that. Okay. Then I'm going to draw a line across the top of these 2 lines and draw a kind of semicircle that's about that big on top there. Then I'm going to draw 2 lines, 1 and 2, small lines that are probably about the width of around here, going straight up. And then I'm going to draw like a U shape on the wonk. So coming from about there, like that. A wonky U shape. Okay. Then the last, like really, if you're drawing this same drawing still, is I'm going to draw a shape that's here. So again, similar to this shape, it can be kind of any shape as such, but it just needs to fill this space. So I've drawn like that kind of thing. And I'm just going to draw kind of a knobbly bit at the end of there, suggesting that this person, because this is a person, in case you hadn't guessed, is holding it like that, holding this big pack of whatever. And running along, so I can continue this up. You could add like a little belly or a big jumper or something, but I'm just going to continue it up like the original illustration. And then join these points to kind of as if they were coming around the shoulder of here. So I didn't want to draw this. You can have things spilling out of this bag or whatever it is. I'm just going to put kind of like suggested lines that I might disguise with things coming out of the bag later. Like that. So because this person's kind of like running along, carrying this stuff, it's been pushed backwards. So now you can come and kind of define the style of person you want. So you can draw their face. I would recommend drawing just their nose to start with. So just a little, let's bring it up so I can show you. A little tick shape or L shape. Backwards L? No, that's the front L. And then any kind of hair. So I'm going to draw swishy hair. In the illustration, the hair is like really big, which I quite like that look because it kind of emphasizes the speed but you can do any kind of hairstyle. You could do a ponytail, have it flying off. I've just gone for full, thick, heavy hair because I can relate to that, like that. But that hair really helps give a bit of motion there. I'm going to type in the link. I'm scared that it's going to ruin it. That's the link. Oh no, that's not. That's the link to this video. Come back to this video, guys. No, the link to the illustrator. Her name on Instagram is Maja Tom. Okay, I can't pronounce this probably, but I'm so sorry if you're watching this, illustrator lady. Maja Tom Lijanovic. So let me type that in case that link doesn't work. Maja Tom Lin Tom Lijanovic. You can search her on Instagram. She's got loads of cool illustrations, but this one really caught my eye. Okay, and you could leave the faces kind of anonymous and not put any kind of other features in. I'm going to just do my usual eyes that I do for my NessDoes illustrations. Or maybe like a smiling face because I don't want her to be stressed. She's running because she's excited to get to a party or something. Okay, so now we have this area to deal with and this area to deal with. You can decide what she's going to be carrying. I am going to have her carrying, maybe this is like a plant pot. And so it has a big plant, a big fern or something. Yeah, I'm just going to keep it quite simple. And have a fern that's kind of leaning in this direction ever so slightly because it is being pushed by the wind. And in here I will have maybe, what has she got? She's got like vegetables and carrots and stuff, which is quite nice. So yeah, just things kind of going out in this direction. I think I'm just going to do abstract, nondescript things, or maybe just turn them into kind of leaves. Can't go wrong with leaves, can you? Like that, like so. Can add a few little suggestions of leaves, but whatever you've done, I'll be intrigued to see what you come up with for your basket or bag. Okay, then we need to obviously add the feet as well. And I've kind of been naughty here because the hair is kind of disguised where the back is. So if you have not got like big hair, I would just draw like a line to define where that back is and where the top is. And actually, I'm going to draw the t-shirt too. Maybe have a little bit of belly, and she's got some leggings on, and of course her bum would be here. Too. Okay, so then the feet, I'm going to just draw feet at the end. However, you could have, you know, like different kind of shoes, high heels, bare feet, however you've styled your person. Could also have shorts on. Maybe I'm going to give her like shorts. And then some knobbly knees. Biker shorts are very in at the moment, aren't they? I just find them useful literally for cycling with a skirt or a dress on. It's so nice to be able to cycle in dresses without flashing people. Okie dokie. So yeah, now you're free to do what you want any old time. Maybe I'll draw some kind of leaves coming off as well. The fern. So I wanted to just focus on the idea of movement in this picture. So I'm going to just add a bit more detail to my plant and have bits of it coming off, and then maybe make this into like a wicker or like something going on, because I feel like the shapes are too blocky for me. But this is all just detail, like little bits and bobs that you can do by making marks. You're very well versed in mark making these days after all of the videos, especially if you've been with me from the start of lockdown. So I have absolute faith in you. I'm going to just draw some squirrels. Why can't I talk? Some swirls to make it look like this bag is full of goodness. Do a little elbow mark, and yeah, that's it really. Then we could add like a little shadow or something behind her. Maybe I'll add that in the painting, and I will just do some painting now, because yeah, we don't have too much time left, so let's do that. Can add kind of parts of the leg, maybe. I don't know. Muscles of the leg, I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So that's mine. I'm happy with that. Let's do some painting. In the actual illustration, she has put her person in a face mask as well, but I'm pretending this is in an alternate universe where there's no need for that. So we're going to start with just her arms and her legs to see if I've got the color that I want. It's quite a dark, it's quite a red color compared to what I use for my normal NessDoes illustrations, but as it dries it will relax a bit, so that's okay. So yeah, yesterday I went on Twitch and did a few more NessDoes illustrations, which is really nice. If you're interested, you can find me on Twitch. I've just got the same name, NessDoes, it's one word, because I just hang out there for a couple of hours, maybe 2 or 3 hours, while I do my my NessDoes stuff that's on my Instagram. So if you want to come and connect with me, please feel free. It's always nice to have people to chat to while I'm doing that. You can ask me questions. Only nice questions though. So get that face in. Always try and do it relatively quickly, because it really depends on the paper you're using, I find. So if you're struggling to get like a smooth coverage of like a block coverage of color, like here it's gone a bit patchy, I would actually recommend painting a really light bit of water on the whole area first, depending on how big the area is, and then going in with your color, because then the color kind of does half of the work for you, because it will spread into the wet areas. Whereas if you're just applying it onto a dry piece of paper, it can, you know, do this patchy stuff. But I find it depends on the paper. Some paper I don't need to add water first, and some paper, like this paper, I really do. So yeah, it's just a case of like finding it out, experimenting with the paper that you've got, because all paper, yeah, despite like the fact that, you know, watercolor paper is generally got the same kind of makeup, you know, it's all made in layers so that it can take water, and it is usually sized with some kind of like glue type sizing so that it can take water and not buckle. But all the different manufacturers make them in a really different way. You know, some will press them differently or whatever. So it really does make a difference when you're using different styles. Okay, I'm going to put her, I want to use yellow all the time, but I'm thinking, should I do a yellow background or shall I do a blue background and yellow? Actually, maybe that's because the illustration is yellow. She's got yellow leggings on. So let's put a yellow top on her. This gorgeous cadmium yellow. And so if you're new to watercolours as well, I think this is a really nice way to get used to your watercolours because we're not doing anything too crazy. We're pretty much just colouring in, but with watercolour. And it's a really good kind of exercise, colouring in, to allow you to kind of get to know your colours a bit and see how they react. Because, yeah, when we first started doing this, people asked me a lot about how to use watercolors, and there's just so many different ways of how to use them depending on what kind of style of painting you're doing. Say if you're sitting down and you're going to do a landscape painting with no fine liner and you're just using paint, you would use them in a very different way to how I'm using them here in this session. So there's no, sadly, there's no like one style fits all explanation. Same with the question of how much water to use compared to how much paint to use. It always depends, and you can watch lots of videos on YouTube, you know, from other artists where they explain the same thing. So I'm just doing a kind of really washy ground of kind of pink to yellow, just because, why not? But you could, of course, draw a background in with interesting things going on if you have the creative capacity today. And that's another thing. It's like different days will give you different results, you know. It's like playing sport. Some days you feel really up for it and fit and energized, and then other days you just don't have the energy. It's exactly the same with creativity, I find. And there's so many different factors that can contribute to that. But if you show up every day and you put the work in, put the practice in of just getting comfortable with your creative self, or just with the materials you're using, styles, then you will see results. And probably surprise yourself if you don't consider yourself as like the creative type. You know, it's just where you choose to put your energy. Okay, so I've done my background. Happy with that. It's a very soft, cute background. Now have I myself up, because if I touch that background because it's quite wet, any colours are going to spread into that background, but that's okay. So I've got my plant. So she's just come from the flower market. The plant market, carrying her new fern that she's going to put maybe in her living room, because she's working from home now, so she wants the air to be nice. And we've been working with that knowledge that plants cleanse the air for you. And I've got many a plant, as some of you will know, in my living room, and now in my bedroom too. We've moved some into the bedroom to cleanse the air in there. Just got a mix of indigo and sap green here, and I'm gonna do the shorts. satisfying block shapes to paint. And a gorgeous colour, this indigo sap green mix. It's one of my new fave mixes. I just love the way that watercolour creates these kind of lovely patchy bits as well. Like, I don't love it when I'm doing block colours like the skin. I find it really annoying when I forget to do the base bit of water. But on things like this, where you know, doesn't have to be a block colour. I love how watercolour just does its own thing, creates lovely shapes and interesting patterns and stuff. Does the work for you. So just touching in those bits. Then, oh, sorry, waking you all up. Then maybe I will do some little yellow pumps. Then my brush is a bit dirty. Ooh. Always a bit lazy when I come to painting yellow after green, and I always leave a little bit of green on my brush. Not intentionally, but I just don't clean it properly, and then I get this horrible murky colour. It's not ideal. She's thought about her outfit today. She is going for it. It's my wicker basket style pot. I'm going to add a bit of brown there because it is a bit too close to the yellow t-shirt. Give it a bit of depth. Very good. And then maybe I will do I want to do a pink bag, but I don't. I think I'm going to do, well, I'll do the hair first. Maybe I'll do like a brown, like a reddy brown hair. And then I was thinking maybe like a dark brown bag or something. Keep it classy. Try. Do you know what that notification was? It's for TikTok. So I thought I'd get down with the kids and see what TikTok was all about. But I've downloaded the app on my phone, and now every day, maybe like twice or 3 times a day, I get like a notification like that trying to get me to watch a video. And it's really annoying, actually. Does anyone else use TikTok? I mean, I was thinking of trying to do some like cool TikTok, not dancing videos, don't worry guys, but maybe art tutorial style things. But I must admit, I'm just not quite clued in. So, all right, we're just got to do the bag. Now then, what colour? I don't want to do it pink. I don't want to do it green. Maybe like a light brown. I'll paint it ochre first. Keep it kind of earthy colours. And then maybe I'll go back in and add a different colour on top. Give it a bit of depth once it's dried. Guess it could also just be black, couldn't it? I'll give it some black straps. Ooh, oh no. The yellow's not quite dry, but that's okay. Make it look a bit interesting. Because let's face it, most bags are black, aren't they? And don't you find it cheeky how in shops like they'll do different like the same bag in different colors, and then the black one's usually the most expensive. Or same with shoes, black one's the most expensive because it's like this supply and demand, I guess. So fair enough, it's business minds, but very annoying. And just put a little touch of pink there, which kind of relates to the pink cheeks. Oh, and that's going into the shoe, so that's fine. We'll go take it into that shoe too. And there we go. I think I will leave it there for today. We've made it to 30 minutes. Let's show you a little close-up because the light's a bit funny here. So we have our happy-go-lucky, plant, veg-loving lady running through the streets, enjoying her day. Yay! I'm happy with that. I hope that you like your drawing for today. As always, please send them my way because I love to see how my crazy instructions worked out. That's mainly why, and also your amazing creativity and the little individual spins that you put on it. So thank you for sending me pictures from yesterday. I was well impressed with your cats, like way better than mine in my opinion, because mine went a little bit AWOL. You can see it here. Yeah, so please send them my way. And I hope you have amazing Wednesdays. And I don't know if I will Twitch today or not, but if you are a Twitch person, then check me out on Twitch. It's just NessDoes. And I'll be posting things on my Instagram too. I hope that you feel chill and good and ready to take on your Wednesday. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me. It means the world. And also thank you for spreading this channel to the people that you know, because I've got 27 subscribers, baby. Oh, hey, Marjorie. Thank you for joining me. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. If not, then another time. But take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye.